Some beginner information about drumming. Got your basic drumsticks, you got your basic drum pad. How do I hold the sticks? If you take your sticks and you kind of mentally divide them into three parts, 1/3 down here, 1/3 there, and 1/3 up there. So you've got 1/3, second third, and the third third down at the bottom. You want to grab your sticks between the first third and the second third, so about 1/3 of the way up the stick. You want to have 2/3 of the stick up here, 1/3 of the stick down here when you grab it. As far as your fingers go, you're going to grab it between your thumb and the second part of your pointer finger, not the first joint, but the second joint of your pointer finger. So you want to grab it like this, basically. The other three fingers kind of hang out for a while. There are going to be times when we grab it a little harder, but for right now, they should just kind of loosely wrap around the stick. These two fingers are the ones that really grab, and they should grab fairly well. You shouldn't be able to knock it out of there. Okay, should be fairly tight. As far as how you approach the drum pad, you've got your drum pad or your snare. You want to make your sticks form a triangle on the drum pad, or almost a triangle. They don't actually touch, but they should form almost a triangle. You don't want to make them like this. You don't want to make them too far out. You want to make them about a triangle, like I said. Okay. When you are playing so when you are holding the sticks properly, you'll find that your palms face toward the ground, not toward each other or out. That would be even more awkward. But they do face toward the ground. When you play the drum, of course, there are three different strokes that you use. There's what's called a tap stroke, which is your basic drum stroke. You just hit the drum. You let it bounce off the pad or the drum. It only makes one sound for every time you hit it. You're tapping the drum. There's also what's called a buzz stroke. For buzz strokes, what you're going to do is you're going to push the drumstick down into the pad a little bit and let it stay there for just a minute. So you get more than one sound. Really, if you slowed it down, it'd be about 3 or 4 or maybe 5, depending on how long the buzz is. Again, you would want to practice it with both hands. Okay. So far we've got taps, we've got buzzes, and we've also got something later on that's a more advanced stroke called a double stroke. Double strokes are kind of like buzzes, except the stick only hits the pad twice. Let's not worry about double strokes right now. Right now, when you're first starting out, really what you want to know about is the tap. The tap has to be a nice clean sound. You shouldn't accidentally get a buzz. You should make sure to really get a tap. Also, of course, when you're first playing, you want to make sure to count out loud. So if you're doing something like quarter notes, you would count out loud 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you had a rest, something like 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, rest. Or 1, rest, 3, 4. 1, rest, 3, 4. You would substitute the word rest for whatever beat of the measure you're on. Of course, music doesn't always happen in 4. It can happen in 3 or in 5 or in 2 or in 17 if you wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, rest, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. One measure of 17, right? Could happen. When you first get onto eighth notes, of course, you're just going to go twice as fast. It's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you're going to put the rest in the place of where the rest needs to go. So if you had something like 1 and rest, 3 and 4, 1 and rest, 3 and 4. You'd have a rest on B2, that kind of thing. Always want to count out loud when you first start playing. Also, you'll notice my drumsticks are very under control all the time. They're right here. They're not flying all over the place. They're not hitting the edge of the pad or doing anything like that. You've got to be very controlled as a drummer. You need to almost have more control as a drummer in the band than you do as anybody else, because you have more potential, of course, for mayhem. Hope this helps. Thank you.